Good morning, cold world. Today we will be pulling the head off the EVO. Getting started on this project. This is my 2005 Mitsubishi Evolution 8. We will be pulling the head off of it and getting it ready to install the new turbo manifold once it gets here. New turbo. We'll be doing a whole bunch of stuff to this thing. It's been sitting for a little while. Yeah, stick around. See how we pull the head off this thing as fast as we can. I'm gonna also take off the turbo kit completely, because I'm gonna go ahead and sell that to somebody. Radiators coming out too, selling the radiator. I'm gonna sell the intercooler piping on that side as well. Don't mind the car being so filthy. I got stuck one night at the racetrack and it got all dirty everywhere. It got dirt all over the place. I have to clean it, pressure wash it. Once I finish swapping the head, I'll go ahead and clean it all out. So I started off by removing this bracket that holds in the radiator. Remove the upper coolant hose, the bottom coolant hose. Gonna unplug this here, which is the fan, if I can do it with one hand. Then pull out the radiator and start unbolting the turbo manifold. And yeah, continue on to the back. So there we went ahead and removed the radiator. Gotta start undoing the wastegate, dump tube. We're gonna disconnect the downpipe, the intercooler piping, and everything that has to do with the turbo. So the feed, the drain, blah, blah, blah. So I went ahead and got the turbo kit off. Make sure the car was in top dead center. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the coil packs, remove the valve cover. I'm gonna remove one of these bolts off the AC compressor, stick it in here, loosen the tensioner, get that loose, remove the bolts off the front of the cams, remove the cams, and then continue on to removing the head along with everything else. A little backstory on the car as to why I'm doing this and why this car is giving me so many issues. This car, I bought it back in 2018, the end of 2018. I paid $20,000 for it. It's fully built. It has cams, valve springs, retainers. It has pistons. It has turbo tough rods. It has stock transfer case, stock rear diff. It has a Magnus intake, big throttle body, tile blow off valve, tile wastegate, GT35. The car was making almost 700 horsepower. But it kept on giving me issues. The first day that I bought it, the car overheated, making noise from the trans and blah, blah. And the owner just told me, the previous owner told me that the car had a built trans and that's why it made noise. Well, that was my fault for believing him. And then the car started overheating and he had told me that the radiator had a little leak. So I assumed that it was a little leak, and he pushed towards that it was the little leak that the radiator had. Turns out that it wasn't that. It had a blown head gasket and the transmission was missing teeth off the final drive and the transfer case. So I went ahead and fixed the transfer case, fixed the trans, and then I fixed the head gasket. Got the car running. The car ran like a beast, and it blew the head gasket again now. And the trans is making noise again. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the trans, not today, but I will drop it. I'm gonna fix that. I'll probably make a video on that. I'm fixing the head gasket. Also, not today. I have to send the head out to get resurfaced, and I'm gonna get fire rings done on it, and probably a 5-angle valve job. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together once I get all that. I'm gonna put new cams in it. I want some bigger cams. I'm changing the turbo kit. I'm going forward facing. I'm selling this one. So if you know anybody who wants a bottom mount stock placement turbo kit, let me know. my contact info. You can hit me up through YouTube or through Instagram, whatever the case may be. And yeah, that's pretty much it. The car runs fine. I mean, it ran fine when it didn't have a blown head gasket. But yeah, this is what I have to do now. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll keep you guys updated. So I went ahead and removed the cams. I put the bolt in there. I had to bend it. I accidentally used the wrong bolt. I do not recommend using that bolt. Use the proper tool for it, because if not, you're having what happened to me. The bolt actually ended up snapping inside of there. So now I have to, what I was trying to avoid was having to remove the whole entire front timing cover and all this other stuff. And I ended up having to do it anyways. Well, I'm ending up having to do it anyways. So I'm going to go ahead and after, that'll be later, remove the whole timing chain, the timing belt, and all the other components and get that sorted out. But I removed the cams, I removed the head studs. The head is ready to come out. Got the cam sitting over there. And yeah, I was driving around the whole town looking for a damn bolt that would fit, and it ended up snapping anyways. So there, I went ahead and removed the head already. Here's the head gasket, and this is what it looks like. It actually doesn't look bad. The head gasket isn't blown. Before, when I first took it all apart, the head gasket, when it was blown right here. But this head gasket isn't broken or anything. It obviously isn't old. Found out exactly what was wrong with the EVO. It has a crack right here. It's a long crack. So I guess that changes everything. And I have to pull the motor and get another one, swap out the piston, the rods, and all these other things, which turns this project into something, you know, more time consuming and a little bit more complicated than was originally planned. But gotta do what we gotta do. I'll keep you guys updated. That's it for today. Well, what's up, guys? We're on our way to West Palm Beach today. It's a few days after the video that I made pulling the head. We're going down here to pick up a new block for the EVO. It's a mint 4G63. It's got 32,000 miles on it. I'm getting the bare block. This is my brother. Am I right?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, he's coming with me. And hopefully tomorrow I'll pull the motor. Today's Friday, tomorrow's Saturday. And hopefully tomorrow I will pull the motor out of the EVO, take out the pistons and the rods, see what they look like, and probably even drop off the motor to the machine shop. Once I get there to picking up this motor, I'll show you guys what it looks like. And yeah, see you guys in a few. Crazy. But I got the block here. I'm gonna show you guys real quick so you guys can see it. It's facing down. It might be a little bit dark. It's a fresh 4G63. It's got 32,000 miles on it. And yeah, now we at least got the block. We're gonna go ahead and try and put the car back together as soon as possible. Let's see how that goes.